Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Howdy, howdy, howdy. How are you all doing this afternoon? It is Coach Kimberly Jones. Coach Kimberly Jones. What's happening, y'all? What's happening? What's going on? Let's see who's out here, who's going to come on, and let's talk. So let's talk about coaching. Let's talk about coaching. I know you guys are used to me coming on. I'm praying, I'm preaching, I'm prophesying, I'm doing all of those things. But guess what? My business as a master life and empowerment coach is part of my ministry. Oh my God. I don't know how to impress that upon the people of God enough. I think that coaching is the best thing since sliced bread. Okay. Can I just put it that way? Coaching is the best thing since sliced bread. I believe it. I really do. I really do. So I want to talk a few minutes this afternoon about the coaching discipline, or what's happening with Living on Purpose Coaching Academy. Some of you have inquired, some of you have questions. Want to kind of ask those questions. It's kind of a laid back, kind of informal type of broadcast this afternoon, just to talk about dreams, to talk about passion, to talk about, living on purpose. What is that all about? And I'm going to get you guys to participate with me this afternoon as I talk about some of these things. Let me see who's coming on. A few of you guys are popping on this afternoon. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for being a part of the broadcast this afternoon. For those of you who might be in for the first time, you may not be familiar with what I do out here in social media land, in the world of entrepreneurship. You may not be familiar with me, but my name is Kimberly Jones. And many of you who are following me, you know that I am a co-pastor. I co-pastor in the Atlanta area at Prevailing Love Worship and Deliverance Center. But I'm also a full-time entrepreneur at the helm of Living on Purpose, Life and Empowerment Coaching. And so what I do as a life coach is I empower individuals to live on purpose and make. Hold on, guys, 1 second. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Hey guys, sorry about that. My husband was banging on the door. I had locked him out. So I had to run and open the door and let him in real quick. But anyway, I don't even remember what I was saying before I left out of here. But I had to go open the door and let him in. He was banging. I don't know how the door got locked like that. But anywho. So what I was saying is that, life coaching, my business and my ministry kind of intersect and, cross lines there. Because I really believe in not having to hide who I am as a woman of faith as I carry out my responsibilities as an entrepreneur. And I just so happen to have one of those businesses that allows me to do that. And that's one of the greater benefits, or the greatest benefits of the whole coaching discipline, is that you can coach from a place that's near and dear to your heart. You can coach if you're a person of faith and you want to coach based on your beliefs as a Christian. You can do that. You can build a Christian coaching business, or if you want to use coaching in ministry, you can also use coaching in ministry. I always say that, and I believe this with all my heart, that every ministry, every church should have a coaching ministry, or coaching auxiliary ministry, or something like that. So that the members of the church, the people of God, the saints of the Most High, can really adopt some of the things and some of the disciplines that coaching instills within those who learn about it, those who actually coach. I think that there should be staff coaches and things of that sort, because what coaching does is it empowers individuals really to become very goal oriented, and to have the ability to be able to set goals, to come up with solutions, to be able to be accountable, and things of that sort, not just to, the pastor, but becoming accountable to themselves and, of course, accountable to God. And many times people lack that because they become very codependent, especially we find that a lot in the church, that people become codependent on the pastor or codependent on some of the leaders in the church, thinking that they cannot make any decisions, or they don't trust their own decision-making process, and they feel like somebody has to make decisions for them. And so coaching really empowers people to stand on their own 2 feet and really dig into the Word of God. Should that be, your desired or preferred method of coaching, or your coach, or in your coaching toolbox? It really pushes people to stand on their own 2 feet and make good, godly decisions. And that's why I love it so much. And I've seen a lot of people really benefit from it. A lot of people really, and I can't see any of you guys' comments. If you're commenting, for some reason, I can't see not one comment. Let's see if I can find some of you guys out here. Let's see. Nope, I don't see you there. Hold on a minute. Because when I come on StreamYard, I'm broadcasting on so many different platforms. And so sometimes I may not be able to find you on one, but I can find you on the other one. So let me see if I can find you, because I want to see if you guys are asking any questions or if you have any input about this whole idea. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, there we go. There's, I see some of you now. So I see Leah on, and I see Brenda on, and Nadina. Blessings to you. Hey, Cassandra. All of these coaches are on, so they can attest to what I'm talking about this afternoon. That, coaching, what coaching does is it helps you, because a lot of people get it mixed up. They think that when they get a coach, they're getting a counselor. But coaching is not counseling. Counseling is more of a therapeutic discipline, where many times people are stuck at some place and trying to come to some type of resolve about something in their past, or it might even be in their present, but it's pretty traumatic. And it causes for professional help on another level. And so a counselor, has to go to college, has to be licensed, has many years of education in that field. The counselor is the expert, right? The counselor is the expert. And so when you go into counseling, you're really going into counseling looking for answers, right? You're going into counseling, you're looking for answers, and you're mostly looking for answers from that professional, because they've been trained in that field. And then, if need be, they'll refer you to a doctor that can, write prescriptions or, give you medications and things of that sort. And there's nothing wrong with counseling. My background is counseling. I've gone to counseling too. I am a counselor and I've gone to counseling. So there's nothing wrong with that. I just want to make clear the distinction between coaching and counseling. Because if you have an individual that needs counseling and they come to you as a coach, that's going to be a problem, because you won't be able to provide that level of therapeutic care. You just won't be able to do it. So yeah, I am seeing Coach Tia now. I'm seeing the comments come in. And so I think we're kind of on the right track here a little bit. So anyway, I really like to make that distinction, because you do have a lot of people out there who are trying to coach when people really need counseling. And so we got to know the lane that we operate in. We got to understand our realm of responsibility and our realm and boundaries of our expertise, because it's very dangerous for somebody who is a coach to try to counsel. You're not trained in that. You don't have the education in that. Now, coaching, I believe this, and other people may beg to differ, but coaching to me is just as powerful, or even more powerful than counseling. Okay. And I say that because I've experienced counseling and I've experienced coaching. But I think that coaching is so empowering, because from the day that I engage with a client, from the very first time that I engage with a client, what I'm doing is working my way out of that relationship, right? And the way that I work my way out of that relationship is not by making them codependent upon me, not by, writing them a prescription and, putting them on medication, but I make them more capable of making their own decisions, so they don't need me anymore. And it's not that coaches give answers, because coaches don't give answers. Any of my coaches know that. That's one of my biggest pet peeves, is when somebody is coaching and they start telling the person what to do. That's not coaching. And so if you are a coach or you've been coached and they start telling you what to do, that's all wrong. That's all wrong. That's all wrong. I'll say it on any platform, any day, and I'll say it really loud, that you don't tell people what to do as a coach, right? Think about this. Let me put it this way, y'all. Let me put it this way. As a coach, compare a life coach or a personal development coach to an athletic coach. So an athletic coach is good at training athletes to be able to capitalize on their strengths, on the things that they are good at, knowing how to position them on a team so that they get the most out of their strengths. I love that. That's exactly what a life coach does, or a personal development coach does, is they help position individuals to be in their own lives or in other people's lives, because you have all kinds of coaches: relationship coaches, life coaches, personal development coaches, spiritual development coaches, health and wellness coaches. You also have financial coaches. You have people that coach families. You have coaches, career coaches. You have people that are executive coaches. And so there's a myriad of different types of coaches that are out there. But at the core, I believe that the essence and the core of coaching is the same. And it's very empowering, and it's very motivating and inspiring. And it just equips. It's an equipping tool. It's an equipping tool. And so I have some of my coaches on this afternoon. I have Coach Cheryl Singletary, Coach Tia Crockett, Coach Angela Andrews, Coach Marcia Gibbs. All of them have gone through the Living on Purpose coaching certification program, and they are out there killing it in some shape, form, or fashion, okay? Capitalize on their strengths. You capitalize on their strengths. But how do you do that? You do that through the relationship building process that characterizes the relationship between the coach and the client. There's a lot of relationship building in there, and there are ways that you go about building that relationship with the client. So I can coach anybody. I can coach anybody. I don't have to know you for very long. Through coaching strategies and coaching methods, we can employ the right tools to find out everything that we need in order to properly coach an individual. People are many times at crossroads in their lives, and you find people that are transitioning. Man, we just transitioned recently, into being empty nesters. And y'all, I did not know what that was like. And so I think about that, and I think about the fact that the kids are gone, and the grandchildren are here. Sometimes the kids come, sometimes Justin's off at school. Kayla's doing her own thing with the kids, has her own place and all of that. And so it's just me and my honey, my boyfriend, my sweetheart, and it's a whole new life. There are many people that get to this stage in life and they don't know what to do. Like, you have marriages that are destroyed when couples become empty nesters. You have people that fall into deep depression, neither of which are my case. I don't have a problem with either of those. Okay, I'm working through this thing, y'all. I am good, believe you me. But I'm just giving you an example. Hey, Coach Tina is on too. Blessings to you, Coach Tina. And so I'm just giving you an example of how everyday situations call for coaches and how we can help. And so we help individuals by empowering them through their situation. And so they're not going to need you forever. They're not going to need you forever, right? They just need you for that set time, that particular time or that particular situation that they're going through. So when you have somebody, let me give you another example. Hey, Nadine, how are you? Good to see you on. Another example is somebody that is transitioning from working in the marketplace to being a full-time entrepreneur, right? You can coach that individual. There are a lot of moving parts when you talk about coming out of corporate America into full-time entrepreneurship. And that's a really good place for coaching. And if you've ever made that transition yourself, guess what? You are an expert in that area. If you have successfully, let me put it this way, if you have successfully transitioned, hey, Marielle, hey, Pastor Verlia or Coach Verlia, that's another one of my coaches. If you have successfully, made that transition, then you have the ability. You have the ability to coach somebody else through that process. And so coaching, it gathers your experiences, your education, your background, and it allows you to use all of those components to be able to help somebody else through the situation that they are in or the situation that they are going through. So that's another situation. Somebody else type some more situations that could warrant coaching, that would benefit from coaching. Also, let's see, let me think of another situation. If you're writing a book, there are book coaches, which in this season is a new hat that I'm wearing as a book coach with Next Level Up Publishing. Shameless plug. Next Level Up Publishing is my publishing company where I help individuals birth their books, okay? Birth their books, that book, that idea, that situation, their life story, their expertise, put it into a book and get it out into the world, okay? And so we just took a group of 5 or 6 women through our Write Your Book boot camp with the book bully herself, Coach Jasmine Dudley, Pastor Jasmine. We know she is a beast. She's a beast with capital B. She's a beast, let me tell you. And so we were able to walk these women through the process of writing their books in 7 days. You need a coach to do that, because how many of us are disciplined enough to sit down and in 7 days write a book? Well, let me tell you, we found like 6 women who were ready, willing, and able to do it. And you got to be ready to be coached. You got to be ready to be coached. So writing books, we have another one of those coming up March the 29th. March the 29th, we're going to kick off another 7-day Write Your Book boot camp where we will take individuals through that process of writing your book. And then we also offer publishing services as well. So anyway, I'm just trying to come up with some different scenarios that are used in coaching. Some of y'all coach people. You can coach people in the area. Oh, there y'all are. Finally, there's some comments on StreamYard now. And right, Pastor Verlia, she's one of those authors who wrote her book in 7 days, okay? So that's why she's saying totally incredible. Yo, totally incredible. Oh my goodness, it was fun. It was a good time. And so we're gonna be doing that again at the end of the month. So yeah, transition. Coach Angela Andrews says transition. And transition, a lot of things. If you're transitioning from one area to another, like you might be moving. You might move from one place to another and you need a coach. You might be transitioning in a position at your church or a position in the marketplace. Or you're, transitioning in your business. Transitioning in relationships. Now, what about this one, y'all? How about those folks who go into new relationships or come out of one that they've been in for quite some time, like a breakup or even, God forbid, divorce? We know a lot of people go through divorce, and their coaching can benefit individuals in these areas. And so there are a lot of transitional things that happen in our lives where we can benefit from coaching. So why am I telling you all of this? I'm telling you all of this because many of you are gifted in this area already. Many of you are already coaching. You're already coaching, except you don't have a business. You're not getting paid for it. You're spending most of your time helping people get through situations and circumstances, and you're trying to fit your life in there somewhere in between. Well, what if, somebody type what if you could transition into a full-time personal development life coach or full-time whatever kind of coach and allow that to be your main source of income? I know it can be done. Ask me how I know. I know it can be done because I did that. I was working a full-time job about 6 years ago, almost 7 years ago, 7 years ago. And I was also working my business. I was already coaching. And I decided when I got the green light from God and from my husband that I could step out of the boat and start doing my business full-time. Guess what I did? I stepped out of the boat and I started doing my business full-time. And so I was coaching groups and individuals in so many different areas. The Lord gave me the expertise to be able to create coaching programs. That's so much fun. And I've worked with a lot of women from all over the place, countless women from all different walks of life, all different ages, all different backgrounds. And it's been a wonderful journey. More recently, over the past 3 years, the Lord has allowed me to be the coach's coach. So now I coach coaches, meaning that I certify them, I equip them, I train them, and I give them the boost and I give them the push and the encouragement and support that they need to go out there and start coaching themselves. And I love that. I love it. So the Living on Purpose Coaching Certification Program is amazing. Okay. Amazing. It's an amazing program. And I have a cohort that's coming up in just a few weeks where I'm going to take another group of individuals through 8 weeks of online training. 8 weeks of online training. And when I tell you that this training ain't no joke, okay? You will walk away and you won't feel like, okay, what was that? What just happened? And have a piece of paper in your hand and, nothing else to show for it. When you go through the Living on Purpose Coaching Certification Program, you will find on the other side of that training that you come out more empowered, more inspired, more equipped to do what it is that you've been called to do as a coach. And so I have a lot of coaches that can attest to that. And it is an amazing program. There's Coach Barbara Taylor, and Coach Barbara is my amazing assistant who helps me and helps those that go through the program matriculate through it successfully. And so we have an amazing team that comes alongside you and helps you to make it through the course successfully. That's our aim. Our aim is to get everyone that comes into Living on Purpose University as a coaching student to make it through the program successfully and then get out there and make it successfully in the world as a certified personal development coach. Now, in my program, thank you, Tina, you're amazing. You're an amazing coach. Now, in my program, it's actually broken up into 3 modules. More often than not, you will hear me talk about the personal development module 1 of my program. But check this out. There are 2 more modules to my program. It's the relationship coaching and the spiritual development coaching. All of those stand independent one of the other. However, it's a requirement at Living on Purpose University that everybody start with module 1, which is the certification for the personal development coaching. And the reason being is because that module is beast. That module is beast when it comes to training because it gives you all the nuts and bolts. It gives you the foundational principles of coaching. It allows you to get an understanding of how you can incorporate your faith into coaching. It gives you an MO. A whole lesson is dedicated to understanding the MO of the coaching client. Even though coaching clients are all different, in a lot of ways, they're all the same. And so we teach that so that you'll know how to move forward and handle your coaching client, be in a really authentic relationship with your coaching client and move them along the coaching journey. Okay, so we talk about that. We talk about the pillars of coaching. The pillars of coaching are those constructs that distinguish coaching from other disciplines. And it's really kind of like, how you have your mom or your grandmother has this secret recipe, and there's this one ingredient that they put in the recipe that really just makes that dish whatever it is. And they don't tell anybody that secret ingredient, because if they tell anybody that secret ingredient, then, they might get the edge on them by having the touch to make their recipe just like they make it, right? So it's always this secret ingredient. That's what I call the 4 pillars of coaching. It's really the secret ingredient to coaching the right way. Yeah, that I love that module because it teaches the coaches what you're supposed to do, how you show up in a coaching session, what are the ingredients that say that you're coaching. Because if you don't have an element of all of those, it's really 5 pillars, right? If you don't have the element, no, four pillars. If you don't have the element of all of those things in your coaching, then you don't have the final product. It's not authentic. It's really not authentic. You got to have these things within your coaching practice to make it stand out as a coaching practice. Okay. And so, I really love teaching these concepts. Thank you, Angela. Angela says, I can say to do yourself a favor and to join this cohort. It's going to be amazing. The other thing that we teach our coaches is we teach them coaching models. So everybody coaches differently. And by the end of the day, once you start coaching over and over and over again, you begin to fall into your own groove, if I can put it that way. And so many times a coach can take a little piece of this model and a little piece of that model and create their own model, somewhat eclectic in nature, something that is unique to their style of coaching. But what if you don't have anything to pull from? What if you're just pulling from the air? And so that's why I love teaching models of coaching, because it gives our coaches an opportunity to start from somewhere. And then along the way, and I'm sure they all are by now, just finding their own place and way as it pertains to creating their coaching sessions. But we walk them through A to Z and being able to carry on an effective and a successful coaching session. So what's a successful coaching session? A successful coaching session is one where the goals of the client for that session have been met by the end of that session. My, that was good. That was really good right there. Because, you go into counseling and the counselor may have, a place where they want you to get by the end of the session. In coaching, it's all about the client. What do you want to do? What are your goals? You are the expert in your life. And we carry out coaching sessions that way. And so if you have and I ain't trying to throw no shade on anybody, but if you're coaching or you have a coach and that's not happening, then you need to go back to the drawing board, because we got to do this thing the right way. And I say that now more than ever because of the times that we're living in, y'all. And that's why I believe when I do this, I do it with passion. I do it. I can teach this and I can talk about coaching just like I can open up the Bible and preach a scripture, because it's real to me. It's a part of who I am. I believe in it with all my heart. And I believe that it's when coupled with ministry, coupled with the word of God, oh my goodness, there are no limits and no boundaries. And so I just believe that this is something in the times that we're living in that's necessary, y'all. It's very necessary. Thank you, Angela, for coming on. It's very necessary. Coach Terry is on too. I don't know if she's still on, but I see her on there. It's very necessary in the times that we're living because of everything that we've gone through, everything that we're going through right now. People are still trying to find their way. They're still trying to get up out of the muck and the miry clay of 2020. And let me tell you, it's not over, because we're still experiencing things in 2021. And so last year I said it's the year of the coach, and I really meant that. And it's still the year of the coach. And so, I was able to take my level of expertise, my experiences, my skill set, and create a very successful coaching practice. And also was able to create a very successful a coaching training program and a coaching academy, because I believe in this. I believe in it with all my heart. And anything that you believe in, you'll work for. You'll really work for it. You won't slack on it. You'll sacrifice for it. And that's what I've done. Hey, Optimistic, how are you? And that's what I've done over the years with this coaching practice. And so many people, they can get certified and then they don't do anything with it. One thing that I can say, if you use your tools that you have, I'm telling you, you will have a head-on collision with success. I believe that with all my heart. If you work hard. Now, It's not easy. It's not easy, but it's possible. And we can do it if we do it by faith, if we believe that God has called us to this. And I so believe that God has called me to this. And I am so ecstatic at the fact that I get to work with so many amazing people. And I have worked with so many amazing people over the years, and they are out there doing big things. Okay. So I just wanted to come on and invite you to step out of the boat and to go on and get certified as a personal development life coach with Living on Purpose Coaching Certification Program. What do you have to lose? Your life will be made better in every aspect, because with the program, not only are you learning to coach, but you are being coached. And you'll hear me say that all the time. It's one of the star qualities of the program, and people walk away and they are so much better. Their lives are so much better because they've been equipped to be able to really deal with some hard things and to really move forward. So that's what coaching is about. It's about moving forward and getting unstuck. So with that being said, I want you to go to bit.ly LOPCCP 032021. I can sing it. LOPCCP 032021. Okay, well, anyway, that'll take you to my website where you can register for this upcoming cohort. Okay. And you guys, I want you to stay tuned. Like tomorrow, I'm going to have one of my amazing coaches on. I'll start interviewing some of them and letting them share their stories and their coaching journey so that you can hear what this is all about. It's lots of fun. And it's very empowering. So thank you guys for coming on this afternoon and hanging out for a minute as I talk about something that I love to do, something that is very near and dear to my heart. And so be looking out. If you need more information, feel free to reach out, and you can email me I'll put my email address there so that you can email me if you want more information, or you can drop your email and we'll send you out information. Either way, you don't want to allow this opportunity to pass you by. Okay? I'm talking to you. You don't want to allow this opportunity to pass you by again. For some of you, I got to say again, because you watch it every time. Every time you're like, oh, there she goes again. I'll get it next time. There she goes again. No, I'll get it next time. Well, let me tell you, one of our biggest hindrances is this whole concept of someday, right? Of someday. As a matter of fact, I created a coaching, one of my coaching philosophies based on that whole idea of someday. I've taken the negative connotation and turned that around. But the connotation of someday is that I'll do it someday. I'll get to it someday. I'll make it happen someday. Well, you know when someday is? Someday is today. Someday is today. So stay tuned for more information. I'll be having another webinar next week. I'll be sending out information about that webinar, and I want you to be a part of it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Blessings to you, and we'll talk to you again really, really soon.